Obi, and the Delta born princess Chichi Ojeyi, respectively, against the declaration by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner of the February 25th, 2023 presidential elections in the country. So there's a report and reviews that separate cases of the petitioners before the justice of the tribunal, Haruna Simon Samani, that's the led presidential election petition tribunal in Abuja, and the separate defenses by Tinubu, his political party, All Progressive Congress, and INEC, to each of the petitions. So I would like every one of us to pay attention to this particular topic. The tribunal, by constitutional provision, has up till September 16, 2023 to, about 3 weeks from now, to deliver its judgment in the cases. So the tribunal has 3 weeks from now to deliver its judgment in the cases. And all of us, we are waiting, including everybody. We are waiting to see what comes out from the judgment. As the clock ticks, the high-profile cases have not stopped captivating public attention, with all manners of allegations of malpractices flying from all sides against all parties. And this is fueling series of misinformation, misinformation, in both the social and conventional media against virtually all contenders, including the judiciary, which has the final say over the cases. So no matter what everybody is saying, no matter your evidence, no matter anything, it is the judiciary that has the final say. So let's look at the background. At about 4 a.m., on March 1st, 2023, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, declared Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner of the February 25th, 2023 presidential poll on the grounds that his party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, scored the highest votes, cast at the poll, and that he secured not less than 1/4 of the votes cast in each of at least 2/3 of all the states in the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory as required by law. Now, in the results announced on March 1st, 2023, Tinubu polled 8,794,726 votes, representing 36.61% of the total votes cast at the election to emerge victorious. And then Atiku, who came second, scored 6,984,520, representing 29.07% of the votes cast, while Peter Obi scored 6,101,533, representing 25.40% of the votes cast during the disputed election. While Rabiu Kwankwaso of the NNPP came forth with 1,496,687, representing 6.40% of the votes cast. Princess Chichi Ojeyi, the only female presidential candidate in the election, was not near the first four as she pulled a lane 961 votes, 25,961 votes. And on the deadline, we just check the background. Now on the deadline, within 21 days of INEC announcing the results, 5 political parties with their presidential candidates approached the registry of the Presidential Election Petition Court to challenge the election outcome. You heard me, 5 political parties. Under the electoral law, political parties and their candidates have within 21 days of INEC announcing the results to file their petition at the registry of the appeal court. Then the aggrieved parties who met the deadline included the People's Democratic Party, PDP, with its presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and Labour Party, Peter Obi, and then the rest were the Action Alliance, with his presidential candidate Solomon Okambua, the Allied People's Movement APM with his presidential candidate Chichi Oj, and the Action Alliance with his presidential candidate Major Hamza Al Mustafa. The president of the Court of Appeal, Justice Monica Domba Mensem, who is from Plateau State, and Plateau State, not central in Plateau, exercised her constitutional powers to set up a 5-member panel of the court to hear all the petitions challenging Tinubu's victory in the presidential election. While the tribunal was inaugurated by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, on November 7, 2022. Now, the tribunal members, the members are Justice Aruna Samani, the chairman from Gombe, Northeast Nigeria; Justice Stephen Jonah Ada from Kogi, North Central; Justice Misituram Bolaji Yusuf from Oyo, Southwest; and Justice Bolukuroma Ugo from Bayelsa, South, and Justice Abba Mohammed from Kano, Northwest. On May 8, 2023, the 5-member Presidential Election Petition Tribunal began sitting at the Court of Appeal complex in Abuja. And however, in less than 1 week after the panel began its proceedings, 2 of the aggrieved political parties withdrew their petitions at the tribunal. 2. Let's get it straight. Now, the affected political parties were the Action Alliance, which fielded Solomon Okambua as its presidential candidate, and the Action Alliance, which fielded Major Hamza Al Mustafa as its presidential candidate for the poll. But the remaining 3 others vowed to proceed with their separate cases against President Tinubu. Now let's look at the volatile blend. Reports that the issuing court section have been a volatile blend of impassioned debates, emotional displays, and desperate attempts from the rival parties to sway the outcome in their favor. They are, trying. That is normal. People, they will always try to manipulate the truth. People will try to know if they can turn what the judgment should be, if they can turn it around. But in summary, all the petitioners prayed the tribunal to declare that Tinubu was not duly elected by a majority of the lawful votes cast at the election. And they also wanted an order mandating the INEC to retrieve the certificate of return issued to the APC candidate and issue a fresh one to them, while Tinubu, the APC, and the INEC prayed that the court not to disturb the election results as announced. And we are waiting. We are waiting. So what is in the case of OJ against Tinubu? We're going to look at the cases. Now, the case against the elected president. That's what we're going to look at now. And while we're looking at that, I'll urge you to also, put your information or whatsoever you want to share with us on this topic, put it together, because the phone line is going to be open for you to call in and tell us what you feel about this September 16th deadline. So on the case of OJ against Tinubu, OJ, together with her political platform APM, is praying the tribunal to notify the election of Tinubu on the ground that the APC did not properly sponsor him for fielding Mr. Kashim Shettima as his vice presidential candidate without withdrawing his earlier nomination as a senatorial candidate. Also, report says that Shettima had been nominated by APC as a candidate for Borno Central Senatorial District and later nominated by the same party as vice presidential candidate following the withdrawal of one Kabiru Masari, who was the initial vice presidential candidate to Tinubu. So OJ and her political party therefore contended that Shettima and the APC breached the Electoral Act by engaging in the alleged double nomination. So in her own case, she said Shettima had already been nominated, to run for Senate by APC, to run for Senate in the Borno Central Senatorial District, and later he was nominated by same party to run as a vice presidential candidate to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this is the case of OJ and a political party. And then the grievances, the case was taken with parties allowed to ventilate their grievances, and however, during these proceedings of July 14, 2023, where final addresses were adopted, APM through its counsel, Andrew Magu asked the court to invoke relevant laws. Andrew Magu is also a son, senior advocate of Nigeria, and they asked the court to invoke relevant laws to nullify the nomination of Tinubu and Shettima on the ground of unlawful allegations and unjustifiable nomination. But the INEC prayed the court to dismiss the petition for lacking in merit. Then the APC represented by Lateef Olasunkami Fagbemi, son, also senior advocate of Nigeria, and now the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, asked the court to dismiss the petition on all grounds for being frivolous, irritating, and unwarranted. Fagbemi argued that the petition died on arrival in view of the Supreme Court judgment that other political parties could not interfere in the internal affairs of another party, especially on the issue of nomination. And then in the same vein, Tinubu and Shettima, represented by legal luminary, what's his name? Chief Wole Olanipekun, also a son, argued that the APM's petition ought not to have been filed in the first instance and demanded its outright dismissal. Olanipekun also told the tribunal that the petition ought to have been withdrawn honorably immediately after the Supreme Court made a pronouncement that no party has the right to dabble into how another party nominated its candidate for elective offices. That's from the tribunal. And the chairman of the tribunal, Justice Haruna Simon Tisamine, later adjourned judgment in the matter indefinitely, adding that the court would communicate the date to them once the judgment was ready. So what is the case of Peter Obi against Tinubu? Let us look at the case of Peter Obi against Tinubu. Peter Obi, together with his political platform, Labour Party, also prayed that the tribunal, they prayed the tribunal to invalidate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's election, to nullify it. The petitioners, called 13 witnesses before closing their case on June 23, 2023. This is from Peter Obi's Labour Party camp and Peter Obi. Now, in their final written addresses date, it was dated on July 2023. The petitioners argued that Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima were not qualified to contest the poll. Vice President Kashim Shettima and Tinubu were not qualified to contest the poll. And also, Peter Obi's camp argued that Tinubu was fined $460,000 for an offense involving dishonesty, namely narcotics trafficking, imposed by the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, and also Eastern Division in case number 93C44833 between the United States of America and Tinubu, while his running mate Shettima was the APC's candidate for Borno Central Senatorial District and vice presidential candidate for the whole of Nigeria in the same election. Are you seeing? Can you? There was one. There was a. Could I say a joke or a sentence that said, "Are you seeing what I'm saw?" Are you seeing what I'm saw? So now, Peter Obi's case is that Tinubu already has a case and is not qualified to contest the poll. He had an issue already. He was fined $460,000 for an offense involving dishonesty, namely narcotics trafficking, imposed by United States court. And also, Shettima was APC's candidate for Borno Central Senatorial District and also Vice President of Nigeria at the same time. This is Obi's case against the elected president and the vice president. And they also argued that Tinubu failed to win the majority of the lawful votes cast in the election, just as he could not secure 1/4 of the lawful votes cast in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja, as required by law. Now, the petitions and the petitioners also alleged that the election was conducted in substantial non-compliance with the provision of the law. They also contended that Tinubu was not duly elected by a majority of the lawful votes cast at the time of the election. This is Labour Party's case against Tinubu. Now, the LP candidate and his party further and therefore urged the court to either declare him as the president-elect in the belief that he scored the majority of the lawful votes, that is P2B, saying that the court should declare him as the duly elected president in belief that he made majority of the votes in the past election. And, he also alternatively asked the court to nullify the entire election and order a fresh election. That is, if they cannot declare him as the winner, they should nullify and, conduct a fresh election, order a fresh election. Then besides, they also urged the court to hold that Tinubu, as at the time of the election, was not qualified to contest the said election. P2B put forward 5 prayers in court. 5 prayers. 3 of them are alternative prayers to the 2 main ones. In his 2 main prayers, he urged the court to declare Tinubu and Shettima unqualified to contest the February 25th presidential election. In the second main prayer, the LP candidate urged the court to invalidate Tinubu's victory due to his failure to win 1/4 of the lawful votes cast in the FCT. But on August 1st, 2023, during adoption of the final written addresses, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, their legal team led by Abubakar Mahmood, also a senior advocate of Nigeria, prayed that the court to dismiss the petition for want of merit, and also the son, the Chief Justice, Chief Wole Olanipekun, counsel to Tinubu and Shettima, as well as Prince Lateef Fagbemi. I beg your pardon, the chief, to the council of Tinubu and Shettima, Chief Wole Olanipekun, who is a son, as well as Prince Lateef Fagbemi, representative of the APC, also prayed that the court they dismiss the petitioner's case. These are from Tinubu's council. And then the 5-member panel of justices led by Haruna Samani consequently reserved judgment, adding that a date would be communicated to the parties. A date will be communicated to the parties. Now, let's look at the case of Atiku against Tinubu. What is the case of Atiku Abubakar against Tinubu? Atiku, in his petition, is inviting the tribunal to invalidate Tinubu's election on ground of non-compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 in conducting the poll. This is Atiku's case now. The petitioner's case is that for any of the candidates in the February 25, 2023 poll to be declared winner, he or she must score 25% of votes cast in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Further arguing that the purported failure of Tinubu to meet the said constitutional requirement invalidated his election, which means he's not supposed to emerge as Nigeria's president. The Electoral Commission deployed the bimodal voters accreditation system machines for accreditations of voters and uploading of photographic images of result sheets on INEC results and viewing portal in the last national elections. But the petitioner had further argued that whereas Professor Yakubu and his team had repeatedly assured the public that the February election would be a general election which would be free and fair. You understand? But what transpired, what happened during and after the election is what we don't know, because during the election there were cases that the beavers were not working. The beavers had to be, there was no light, there were different excuses about the beavers and all that. So these are the area where the presidential candidate of the PDP has his petition and case against Tinubu. Atiku is also invoking the margin of lead principle to assert that INEC's hasty announcement of Tinubu as the winner of the presidential poll is unconstitutional and without due process. But the principle states that when the margin of lead between the winner and runner-up is less than the total number of voters affected by cancellation in their different polling units, the election is declared inconclusive and the rerun is organized. This is Atiku's case. But during proceedings on August 1st, 2023, when the final written addresses of the parties in the case were adopted, Atiku's lead counsel, Chief Chris Uche, also a senior advocate of Nigeria, prayed at the court to overturn Mr. Tinubu's victory and declare Atiku Nigeria's president. How many of you agrees with this petition? He also reiterated that the deployment of technology during the election by the electoral umpire was to enhance transparency of results collation, where fraud often takes place. He also said that INEC argued during the court hearing that it could not upload results of the presidential election from the polling units due to a glitch that occurred in the IRF portal. These are the areas where Atiku has case over Tinubu. And Mr. Uche also told the court that INEC deployed technology in the court to deploy technology to conduct elections. Therefore, the burden is on INEC to explain how and what transpired during the polls. Why they did not go down the way it was supposed to be. The shutdown of the IRF was nationwide and created room for manipulation of votes in favor of Tinubu by INEC. This is what Mr. Uche said. So this is, as in the case of Atiku against Tinubu. Case of Atiku against Tinubu. Now let's look at inability to prove case. Inability to prove a particular case. And this is coming from Tinubu's lead lawyer, Olanipekun, who argued that Atiku had abandoned his petition owing to his inability to prove his case. He also told the court that Atiku resorted to attacking Tinubu's person instead of proving his allegations. And the court cannot give the petitioners what they have not asked in their final written address. That's in his own words, Mr. Olanipekun. He said the court cannot give to the petitioners what they have not asked in their final written address. And he said it is his submission that Atiku is a meddlesome interloper. A meddlesome interloper. And he said, we urge your lordship to dismiss the petition, adding that Atiku merely dumped electoral documents on the court without proving his suit against Mr. Tinubu. He also told the court that Atiku won a paltry 1/4 of the 2/3 of votes in Abuja as stipulated in the constitution. So, from Tinubu's team, Olanipekun is telling us that Atiku has no case. And the APC on his part argued and urged the court to dismiss Atiku's petition for lacking in substance. Just dismiss this man, as in he is nowhere to be found. That is what the APC is trying to say, that he's not even in the case. And APC lawyer, now the AGF, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, said Atiku's witnesses did not dispute the figures, which are the results reeled out by INEC. No one presented an alternative figure of results to counter INEC's declaration. That is what the AGF is now telling us. And on the issue of 25% votes in FCT, Fagbemi argued that towing the part of argument by Atiku would give overbearing privilege to FCT voters over and above the majority of Nigerians. So he prayed the court to affirm Tinubu's victory and dismiss Atiku's petition for lacking in merit. Then the tribunal, which is the court of first instance in the high-profile case, has up to September 16, 2023 to deliver the judgment. This is where we are. The judgment. What are we looking forward to? What are we looking forward to? It is very, very close. That's about approximately 20 days from now, or 19 days from now, something like that. So, but whatever and whichever way the judgment goes, all the parties to the petitions have the right of appeal to the Supreme Court, because the judgment will be delivered, and also all the parties can move ahead to file more. They can keep going. If they don't agree with the judgment, they can also file more cases to the Supreme Court, which we know would have the final say. If you're not satisfied with whatever judgment has been given, you have a right to keep appealing until you get to the final bus stop. So this is the first topic we are sharing on the Thing Wey Dey Bother Me and You segment. And let me let you know that you can also make your contributions in Pidgin English, in Pidgin language. If you can express yourself more in Pidgin, please do well to express yourself in Pidgin. And you can also call in English and let us know what you feel about this September 16 deadline, which is the first topic we are dropping on the Thing Wey Dey Bother Me and You segment. You can call me up on 0700 903 903 903, or you can call 0700 903 9039, or send in your message on WhatsApp on 0700 903 9039. These are the numbers which you can use to reach us right here on our studio 90.3 FM Lagos. So if you want to call me up on this matter, the September 16 deadline, you can call me up straight away, 0700 903 903 903, or send your message on WhatsApp on 0700 903 9039.
When the voice of the people stands unique, constantly challenging society's status quo. 90.3. It is a great place of fun and insight. It is a great place of learning. It could be your school on radio. It could be your life on radio. We are VOP, Voice of the People.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy to hear from you. I'm calling from the Obaranje.
Thank you very much. What's your name, sir?
Okay. See, one thing I want to understand from you people. This topic you are bringing, is it from the lawmakers direct or just personal opinion? That's the point.
Okay.
One. Secondly, this idea of September something that's saying, have it in mind that this will continue going on to the end, maybe 2 or 3 years ahead.
Okay.
I want you to understand this. All the tricks they are playing there, me and you know it. But only that we don't have that power to challenge them. That is why we feel so undermined, dancing according to their own tone. If there is a vacuum for us to break in to speak our mind directly to them. I put it to you that I'm one of them. But all this is going around here and there. We are no more kids. You get the point?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
I'm with you, sir. Go ahead.
So the point is this. September 16th, I say, is very far, but it's at hand. Have it in mind they are going to change it again. All these lawmakers and this and that are dribbling us when they feel playing ball here and there. That's what I want to contribute about the issue. Thank you for understanding.
Thank you for calling in on the show. 0700 903 903 903. Your first question: if we just come up with topics, or if these are actual topics, that if these are actually the things that are going on in the country, my brother, we don't just come up with topics. The tribunal has just 3 weeks to resolve this jigsaw puzzle in the tribunal. In this case against the president-elect, the cases brought up by Atiku's camp, Obi's camp, against the president-elect, the tribunal has just 3 weeks to resolve the puzzle. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, man.
Good afternoon, my brother. Happy Sunday to you.
Yeah, it's Nemeka calling from Ejibo.
Nemeka, how are you doing?
Yeah, we'll do fine. Thank you, my brother, for your good work.
Thank you.
They say the date of the case is 16th next month.
Yes.
All right. All is there is that the previous cases the judiciary handle.
Yes.
Let it kind of fear in of the masses. You know what I mean? It makes a kind of distrust. And other small countries in Africa have won the election. You understand me? Elect their leader. The so-called giant of Africa went to election. Keep marauding, wobbling and fumbling from ANEC to court. ANEC never give the results finish. He's trying to tell people if you can't accept this result, go to court. He listened to the people that Mr. ANEC is Yakubu is favoring. I think you listen to their topic also. If you are not happy with this result, go to court. Like say the court, they have put court to be a place of where they defend themselves. And you know that what court is it for us is the last hope of common man. That is court. But these people today, me and you are talking, have come to the court. The last hope of the most criminals in the society, which is very, very bad. We are not supposed to be doubting our court like this. Our judiciary, we are not supposed to be doubting them. But look at, nobody has faith on them. If you bring 10 people today now, ask them about this case, they will tell you they are not having any faith on anything. But all I know that change started one day. You understand me? Change started one day.
Of course.
We will get it right this time around. Let them give us justice, not judgment. What all Nigerians are looking from them is justice, not judgment. If they know who the case favors, let them give it to him. Simple as ABC. May God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Nemeka. Nemeka said the tribunal should give us justice and not judgment, which means we are all calling for the truth. We await September 16th, which is the deadline for the tribunal to give us result on the cases compelled against the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What do we expect from tribunal come 16th September 2023? Is it going to be postponed? Is it going to be adjourned? What do we expect from tribunal? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Name and location.
Is that Mr. Anoha?
My name is Ash.
Okay.
This is VOP 90.3 FM.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe from Bariga anyway.
All right. Happy Sunday to you.
My brother, let us be anchoring doing this program so that a lot of people will call in. At least 2 minutes is okay, because we find it difficult to get through.
Oh,
I will appreciate if by 2 minutes at least you finish your point.
okay.
Then,
So the callers should say what they want to say in 2 minutes, right?
Yes, it's always good. But you can finish whatever you want to say in 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you for your suggestion. I'll take note of that. Yeah.
Then, please, I'm begging Nigerians to be patient. There is something God cannot do. Remember the time of Abacha. Don't worry. Everybody should calm down. God can still clean our cry. Then the right person will be given to. Please, I'm urging everybody to calm down. By that September, God might do a turnaround that will surprise everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. 0700 903 903 903. Just 3 weeks from now, we are expecting a judgment from the tribunal. A judgment from the tribunal on the presidential election petitions case. And 5 parties filed against the president. 2 of the parties withdrew their petition against Mr. President, and the remaining 3 said, "We die here." What do we expect from the tribunal? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joshua. I'm calling you from Matogo area.
How are you doing?
Fine.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. I love your discussion this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
What Nigerians are expecting is judgment, is the right judgment. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Tribunal, they should give us what we want. This problem is too much. I been not part of this country. Look at the news I had this morning that they still want to increase this petroleum petrol. And the suffering is too much. The suffering is too much. They should give us. See, the Bible said that when the righteous is on throne, the people rejoice. But when the wicked is on throne, the people mourn. We are all mourning now. This is not what we bargained for. This is not what we bargained for. So they should do the right thing. They should give us what we want, so that our faces there will be a smile on our faces again. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling in. When we are saying the tribunal should give us a fair judgment, or justice should be given and not judgment, like the other caller said, what do we describe, or what can we define as the truth or judgment? Because these are different people, different political parties claiming in their cases that this is incorrect and this is correct. These are different people with different point of views. So when the tribunal comes up with a judgment on September 16, do we say that wasn't the right judgment, or that wasn't the truth, or it wasn't justified, or is not justified? What do we really expect from the tribunal come September 16th? What do we expect from the tribunal? Hello.
Hello, Mr. Haji. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good afternoon. Name and location.
Yes, my name is Mr. Wankwo Jerry, calling from Agudu, or Mandela Junior.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yes. Based on this analysis,
yeah,
I'm afraid of one particular angle.
Tell us about it.
That angle is who is that AGM? With what you say, it happens to be the council to one of the council to APC.
Okay.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm afraid on that angle. Secondly, the truth remains that Nigerians have spoken their mind on that particular presidential election, and we know whom we voted. Majority. I'm talking about majority now voted. Now, on this date of September 16th, we have less than 21 days.
Yes.
The truth remains that the eyes, our Nigerians' eyes are on judiciary, but my own eyes are on God. Now, above all, I want to thank you, the presenter,
Thank you.
Mr. Ash,
Thank you.
and the rest of your station presenters and the station, especially I've renamed all the effect of the new Nigerian stations. Nigerians need a change. And last presidential election, we made that change. INEC is giving us this nice work. I'm not a lawyer. But what? In fact, even if the members, the board, I'm sure they are Nigerians. What we need is right justice. We need justice. And that's all.
Thank you.
Short of justice, I'm afraid. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. These different parties have their different cases on the presidential election. Peter Obi has come out to say the tribunal should, he prayed the tribunal should rule the case in his favor. He should be declared the duly elected president of Nigeria, or the tribunal should overturn the election and declare a rerun of the election. This is Peter Obi's case against Tinubu. He's urging the tribunal to rule the judgment in his favor, that he was the duly elected president. If this is done, would that be the truth? Would that be what Nigerians actually want? Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I did a big break from Magodo.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, go ahead.
So according to the topic, is there any election in Nigeria that has not been taken to court, my brother?
Maybe there are some.
There are some, like 1999 election or 2007. Oh, election casted in Nigeria has been taken to the court just to distract the winners. You understand? So I don't understand. Majority, minority. Yeah, the election has come and gone. Yeah, we have to move on. Yeah, I don't believe in this court case or this.
What do you mean we have to move on?
Relevant and irrelevant petitions. You understand? You said?
What do you mean we have to move on? Are you saying nothing can be done? That I don't understand.
With the election, somebody called now the majority, the minorities. They have counted the election. Somebody has won the election. We have to go on. I don't believe in all this. At least I work in the court for years. Yes, several cases of sport. You understand? So I believe we should move on. One person has won the election, 8 million something to 6 million to 6 million. So what are we doing? We have to move on and pray for Nigeria to go forward. Yeah, we have to work with this present administration and move on our country to another great level.
And move forward. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your suggestion.
We have to move forward. Yeah, somebody has declared the winner of the election. So we have to move on. We are all Nigerians. So this is discrimination. Some people are majority, some people are minority. So who are minorities before God? Who are majority before God? We have to move on with this administration. Come, His Excellency, I can do this. His Excellency, I can do this. A minister, come, I can do this. Come. We have to come out at the government so that we can move our country forward, my brother. Can't I become the next president of this nation? Everybody should come along with me. We move on the country. My brother, have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in on the show. He's saying we should move forward. We already have a president. Let us work with him, work with the federation, work with the federal government. Let us just do something that would help us move forward. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy Sunday to you. Mr. what?
Mr. Chris.
Mr. Chris, how are you doing?
Yeah. Fine, thank you.
All right, go ahead.
Please, that last caller, maybe in hypocrite, don't mind them.
No, don't say such. That is his own point of view. That is his point of view. So you are free. You're also free to tell us your point of view.
Move on. No go help us. Let us talk the truth. Let's move on. No go help matters. So what I want to suggest is, if Nigeria will tell us the truth, Nigeria know who they voted for. If the judicial will tell us the truth, all Nigerians, all you don't know who they voted for. We need justice, not judgment.
Thank you very much. We need justice, not judgment. Now, in Nigeria, as in the case of presidential elections, I don't think we've ever had any presidential election petition case where the petitioners won over the elected president and the president was maybe dethroned or nullified, or I don't think we've had such cases. We had cases like that in terms of governorship election where the elected governor was told he didn't win the election. And somebody else emerged as the duly elected governor through the court. But as in the case of presidential elections, I don't think we've ever had any such cases where the president won. The president did not win in court and the petitioners won in court. If you know of anyone that happened in Nigeria, you can call in and tell me about it. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
This is Mr. Kenny from Mushin.
How are you doing?
Fine.
All right,
Happy
go ahead.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, my brother.
On the issue of the election and expectation of the judgment next month, I want to believe we are going to get justice and judgment.
Okay.
Based on the reality, sentiments apart, hatred apart, we want to be just to ourselves and look at the reality of ground. Now, two people are challenging the election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu this far. I don't know. It is not possible for the judiciary to give judgment to the two of them, Atiku and Obi. Which one out of the two can we now say in reality won the election and take over the seat from the president? That is number one. Number two, reality on the ground. We are not talking about sentiment, ethnicity, and other considerations. In 20...
Hello. In case you're just joining us, you're on the Thing with the Bother Me and You segment, and we're talking about the September 16 deadline, the tribunal deadline. They have to come up with something to solve the jigsaw puzzle. What judgment are we expecting from tribunal come September 16? Hello, good afternoon. This person call us in, they talk another thing for background. Let me remind you that you can call in and discuss this topic on Pidgin English. Talk and for Pidgin English. If you know if you talk and for normal English, talk and for Pidgin, we will understand you. Hello.
My brother, please, I'm Nemeka the call back.
Nemeka, go ahead.
I will do it separately, please. Do you know why I call back?
No, I don't know.
There is a caller that says that the election has done. Let's move forward. You are telling me?
Yes.
The reason why I call back is this. We are sending our kids to school. You are telling me?
Yes.
To go and learn knowledge. You are telling me?
Yes.
We are not sending our kids to school to go and be criminal. To learn how to stay. You are telling me?
Yes.
So if we say we need a decent society, we must start for somewhere. There's something that happens in Anambra State before. You are telling me?
Yes.
Before people they were kidnapped there. You are telling me Anambra State was handled by mafians. You are telling my point?
Yes.
Before I go Anambra State is the state. No. We don't want this kind of society. We need a decent society for our upcoming generation. You understand my point?
Yeah.
Then people do come out. You understand my point?
Yes.
He wants to election. He won the election. They deny him the election. He wants people to go going man. You understand my point? He was start to come here one day. You can't be living in bad things and saying it's a normal thing. Let's carry on. When if you carry on like this, when will you stop? That means if we want this kind of society, it's better everybody go and withdraw students from school and send them to criminal organizations for them to learn how to be criminal and smart. You understand me?
Yeah.
You can't accept this kind of thing. Please, we are a nation. This is not the religion or tribal issue. It's about this country called Nigeria, for God's sake.
Thank you.
Everything is okay. Somebody will say that you got a person that say that you hear that telling you that series is so good. Why you never become what is so for you? Is that how to be a society? My brother, may God bless you. Let me always hear people time today.
Thank you, Nneka. Thank you for calling back. There are so many cases filed against the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, let's look at on the case of not winning the majority of the lawful votes cast in election as the lawful votes cast in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja, as it is required by law. On that particular case, now on what particular case is the tribunal going to give the judgment? Because there are a lot of cases filed against the elected president.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
I called back.
All right, go ahead.
As I was saying the other time, I said they're going to get justice and judgment based on reality.
Okay.
Sentiment, ethnic consideration, emotion apart. I said earlier on, in 2019, Atiku, Obi, Kwankwaso were in the same party. They cannot defeat APC. And in 2023, when the House has been divided into three, how would it be possible for them to defeat APC? One, Atiku, in 2019, all the PDP governors were behind him. In 2023, 5 prominent governors with good number of votes opted out from his campaign from the beginning to the end. 2 of them supported APC, 3 supported Labour Party. How will he have won election? That's another point.
Okay.
Now, if the 2 of them were together in 2023, they would defeat Tinubu hands down. Tinubu has 8.7 million, Atiku 6.9, Obi 6.1, Kwankwaso 1 million plus. The sum of all these total votes, it gives them about 14 million. They will have defeated APC, defeated Tinubu hands down. That is a point that House divided against itself can never.
Do you really think it would have worked that way for them?
That's another point.
Do you think it would have worked that?
Point.
Okay, go ahead.
That's another point. Now, our people from the Southeast, they should take it easy. Obi is just the symbol. It's not the symbol. Not only Southeasterners voted for Obi.
My brother, your credit don't finish again, but your credit no go finish by the grace of God. Please reload and call us back on this hot topic. We are discussing the thing where they bother me and you segment. And on this first, the first hot topic on the segment is the September 16 deadline. The tribunal has to resolve the jigsaw puzzle in 3 weeks. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Almighty God will bless you.
Amen.
That time I'm busy. I'm the one that called that time and say, hey, I'm talking to someone.
Okay.
Oh, my brother, I'm 52 years old. My name is Tunde from Akowajo.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. Thank God that you update me today, say September 16, they will give the final judgment. Let's say reality. This present government is worrying me. I'm not a PDP or maybe APC. If my PDP enter, they will hear much from my mouth. Let me tell you something. You know, when all the parties have problems, you came to the radio program, you are upgrading us about what is going on about their party. A lot of brilliant, experienced people will be giving all the parties advice, they will not listen. PDP or the remaining power that already made a great mistake. The only person that can defeat the incumbent government is that when all the parties join together because of the selfish interest. Me, I want to become president. That's it. No matter any judgment that come, if it's for to do like so, if it's not to be like so, the only thing is, I'm tired of the way Nigerians will come out early in the morning to come and catch their vote, and they after everything, they will say that let us go to court, and the court will be giving us the person that will rule us in this country. I'm tired of it. That's why I can never feel I would believe in justice. That's why I do my thing. I don't want problem with anybody. If anything is really misunderstand, I say let me go. I want the people to win. Because when you go to court, all the documents you submit in court is the one they will use to judge. And the APC is a very smart people. I travel a lot out of 36 states. I was moved around 26. I know what is going on. I bet in APC. Election we are doing this because it's a folk election. It's as if we are doing slavery. All these governments, they have the power, they have the connection, they have everything to play. And so you see, when people want to come and vote, they know the way they gather everything. Let's say reality. The present government are here is because of the power, connection, rigging, everything. That's why the idea. You know, the reason why this thing is affecting my brain, I want transparency. Nigerians are not loyal. Nigerians believe that when you have money, you can eat anything. Whether the government favor Tinubu, favor everything, everybody will wait till 2027. What people are clamoring for, they have been joined together to fight this incumbent. They said no. They will, after the government on September 16, they will, maybe after 2027, now by the time they join themselves together, everything will be okay. So we are talking about transparency. You will have Mr. President, they ask for the certificate. In fact, when they are busy, they are not transparency. I want to see that when they can talk, I will refer the leader. I will say, this is my leader. Hey, when NGO is there and they all the good people, when they are talking, you know that they have the proof certificate, they are okay. But all they know, all way to those guys, they are not clean. Let's say reality, everybody knows. But guess what? People know a lot of part. They wanted to call a radio program, but because of they don't want people to be using gun contracts to be money, that's why they get quiet. I work in Nigerian Tribunal. I know what is going on with the NGO, everything. We fight for all these things. But most of the people that are there, they are not transparent. What I see now, this is cabinet. Is it only 10 to 20, and the people will say that we move on for waiting.
Thank you.
Let me tell you something now. Say the way they are lying now, fake certificates, fake everything now. You want to tell me that when you see what something happens about why when the guys, when the general, or at the foundation, they are leading for the new generation. We never, but I know that one day, one government will come, something will happen again, will shake everybody. I'm tired of the line. I want to clean person that will go to this nation. But most of these people, they are there on the wrong, but nothing they can say that can support them. They are number one of the people. All justice, all lies on you. Whether you favor them, not favor them, I'm waiting for 2027. When all the parties will join together, I'll face them.
Thank you.
Tired of APC. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Atiku, Obi, Tinubu, and the September 16th deadline. Now, I want to ask a question. If you know, please call in and tell me. Has any, since 1999, since democracy in Nigeria, has any presidential election petition case ever defeated an incumbent president? Has it ever defeated any incumbent president in Nigeria? 0700 903 903 903 903. Please, I'm asking this question so that we know what we expect come September 16 next month. Is it going to be a different thing or is it going to be the same thing? Has any presidential election petition defeated any incumbent president in Nigeria? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Name and location.
Please, Kenny on the line.
All right, Kenny, go ahead.
Yeah, as I was saying, I said we are going to get judgment and justice based on facts, people, and reality. Now, as I said, application of the vote of the three of them who have defeated Tinubu as that 14 million. That is how divided against itself cannot stand. That is what happened to them. Then on the election, I said our people from this house, we should take it easy. We are all one. We are all Nigerians. Obi is just a symbol. But they should not take it as if it's a do or die affair. Obi got his vote across Southwest, everywhere you voted for him, he vouched for him. But the reality on ground is this. He didn't win the election. What was his cause in the north? Or not, northwest, northeast. Tell me one single strong politician in the north that's a political ally of Peter Obi that can fast vote for him over there. You cannot win, no ethnic group can win presidential election in Nigeria. This election was won by Tinubu, given to him by the north, not even west. Hello, are you getting me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, I can hear
Tinubu
you.
Lost out of 6 states in the southwest. He lost his base in Lagos to Obi. He lost Osun State. It was a Yoruba man. Yoruba man is the governor of Osun State. He lost Osun to Atiku. The vote that brought in is that wanting to win the election was not. They supported it. No one single ethnic group can win election in Nigeria. We have to come together to understand ourselves. But our people on Southeast, they are condemning this election too much. Nobody is talking about the election in the Southeast. the presidential election in all 5 states in the Southeast, where Obi is the least percentage is scored in the Southeast, Abia was 77%. The highest, Anambra State, 98%. The election was perfect over there. That presidential election was perfect. No rigging, nothing whatsoever. It was perfect election. It was the same election that produced the senators as of Representatives in the Southeast. How many senators do we have of labor extraction in Southeast? How many House of Representative members do we have of labor extraction in Southeast for the same election that produced that magnificent percentage of results for Peter Obi, all the 5 states of the Southeast? Election was not rigged there. It was perfect election. This same election. we should take it easy. Now, on the issue of Tribunal, the judgment will be based on the fact before the Tribunal, not substance, not attacking the personality of everybody. What will be before the judges will be the judgment. For presidential election, the constituency polling booth, total number of polling for presidential election throughout Nigeria, 177,600 and something polling units. You have to prove substantially that you are rigged out before you can be declared the president. Now, in the pre-election hearing, for Obi and Atiku, who wants to contest the election, in those polling booths, 177,600 something polling units, Atiku said he's going to use 100 witnesses. 100 witnesses. Obi said he's going to use 50 witnesses to challenge election in 177,600 something polling units throughout Nigeria. At the main trial, somebody who said he's going to use 100 witnesses, that is Atiku, ended up using 50 witnesses to challenge the election in 177,600 something units. Obi, who said he's going to use 50 witnesses to challenge the election in 177,600 something units, ended up using 25. The record is there. Don't let us be sentiment. Reality. We're talking about reality.
Yeah.
That is the point.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we are going to see the judgment.
Thank you very much.
Bless this country.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your contributions. Now, let us even assume the judgment is being ruled in favor of the ruling party and the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do we still expect the continuity of APC come 2027? Do we think APC is still going to continue ruling Nigeria? Still going to win the presidential election come 2027? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. I called back, Joshua.
Joshua, go ahead.
You see, what I want to say is that you see, we Nigerians, tribalism will not take us to go anywhere. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Tribe.
Hello.
Tribe. They are about to cut me. Let me just make my point.
Go ahead. Nobody, we're not cutting you. Go ahead.
Tribalism will not take us anywhere. The high time we come out and say the truth, the better way we will live a good life here in Nigeria, God's own country. Let us leave tribalism alone. That is my own point. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joshua. We are talking about Atiku, Obi, and Tinubu, and the September 16 deadline. The tribunal has to give us a verdict come September 16. They have to say something, at least tell us something come September 16. Then, if you don't like whatever this tribunal tells us on September 16, then you can go to court, go to the higher court. If you don't like what they will tell us on September 16, but we are expecting something from the tribunal come September 16. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Name and location, please.
Yeah, this is Gabriel on the line.
Gabriel, happy Sunday to you.
Thank you.
Gabriel, where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from Iowa.
All right, go ahead.
I just want to go in line with the last speaker.
Okay.
When we are preparing for the election, I'm a Yoruba man. When we are preparing for the election, okay. I did not support Tinubu. I'm always saying Obi is the best. But after the election, when I'm hearing the comments of the instructions, I shake my head for Nigeria. the winning of Obi in Lagos is not the Igbo that allow people to win. It's the youth that were angry with APC allow people to win. Now, they are demand a call back that Igbo man and say, look, this is the time we need to leave tribalism. We need to leave all this sentiment apart. Now, the same INEC that declared being 5 states with large margin winning the election is not fake. They did not rig it. But where Obi did not win is rigging. That is one. 2, in the north, he did not have supporters in the north. I say prefer Obi myself. But he did not win any election because it's not possible if you don't have any supporters. How will he win the election? The point is this: the election between Buhari and Jonathan. Then I was in Yanopaja, in the shop of one Igbo guy in Yanopaja. Wherever they mention Jonathan winning, they say the election is good. Wherever the Jonathan lose the election, if anybody shout in that shop, they will nearly meet you there, beat you up there. Because we allow sentiment and tribalism. I don't normally call a phone program, but I listen to one talk. Okay. They were speaking on the ground of tribalism. All these things will not take us to anywhere. All these things will never take us to anywhere. I'm putting to say it to the hearing of anybody. If Nigeria divide today, with the way I know this, if Nigeria divide today, the fight in the East will be worse than when Nigeria is together. It's going to be worse than when we are together. So it's the time they should put their heart together. You are going to an election, you either be in this political party or not in this political party. You see, in the election, you even thank God that when Obi came up, things were changing. Before Obi, they see, majority of them, they see the APC as Yoruba party, and they see the PDP as their own. And when you put your basket in one, in a country like Nigeria, how do you want to win the election? Everything based on sentiment, everything based on tribalism. It is high time we come together as a country. Let us pick the best. Forget about Igbo, forget about Hausa, forget about Yoruba. Look for the best candidate and pick him to win election. But in as much we continue to follow this issue of tribalism, we continue to be on the way to democracy, and we will continue to fight, and we continue to fight, and we continue to bring in sentiment and all these things into the election. Into our discussion after election. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. Now, let me take on the messages on WhatsApp. I have messages. One said, VOP, there is nothing different from what the military juntas of Niger did and what APC and INEC did. Tinubu and Yakubu plotted a civilian coup against Nigerians. All eyes on judiciary. This government is illegitimate. Alloy, CN, ESQ. And another message says, good afternoon, moderator. I have not seen any judgment there upturned in Nigeria since 1979 in favor of opponent. Who appoints the judge? Joseph Somola from Idimo. Nigeria should not turn judiciary to mini-god. The lawyers are just making money from politicians. Forget true judgment. Now, my advice to Atiku, Obi, Kwankwaso parties should emerge to chase away APC as they did to PDP in 2015. Imagine, he said, imagine the last local government elections in Lagos. That's not elections, but imposition. Every polling point is being taken over by Agberos. Thanks. And another message said, good afternoon. Some people from one part of this country has no trust in anything, even in themselves. That is why their region is not developing. They condemn everything, but they are the only one talking, shouting on social media, radio stations. It is better they change their orientation about the country. But for me, the country is changing. Kolawale from mainland told us the country is changing and we should stop being sentimental and tribal. 0700 903 903 903. Let's stop being tribalistic. We can work with the incumbent government if that is what is right. If the tribunal tells us that is what is right, we can just work with them. Hello.
Please, let me enter the call. There is something I listen to your program very well.
Okay.
This program is not any tribal or whatever or religion program, please. This is about the nation. I'm calling for your program talking about something. I'm not saying that they carry this my brother will be to no. Or carry this everybody Atiku or incumbent. No. you bring report to Nigeria concerning the election. Mr. Atiku himself accepted the mistake. This event is Mr. President accepted the mistake according to the law. What we are saying is that let's give the court chance to give us their final verdict. Not someone coming to tell us to accept what we never get as a justice or judgment.
Thank you.
This is not where if we are talking about Nigeria, nobody is talking about travel or the religion issue. The problem we are facing here is because of that. When we travel to outside, we travel to America or Europe, we are not, when we go there, they don't handle us with our tribal or our religion. They handle us as a human being where we are coming from. So this is not a tribal issue, rather it's a religion issue, please.
Thank you very much.
Let the Lord put me inside the corner side or put us that is calling for benefit of the good country. Nobody is talking about religion, life or religion here. What we are saying, God in heaven knows we is playing tribal issue and we is playing religion issue here. What we are saying is the benefit of this country. I'm not condemning anybody. If Mr. Tinubu will give us a good leadership today, who will be affected? But let me come to you in an excellent way.
Thank you. Without wasting much time, thank you for calling in. There are a lot of comments on YouTube, but I can't mention them now. We don't have much time on this topic. I don't think we'll be able to share any further topic because this topic has taken our time on this segment. Coming up by 3 p.m. is going to be Citizen Jones on Studio 903 with his crew. I can take further calls on this particular topic. We are talking about Atiku, Obi, and Tinubu, and September 16 deadline. We are expecting the tribunal to tell us something, tell us the truth, tell us what it is come September 16. And the truth may mean a different thing to you. It could mean something different to me. Hello, please reduce the volume on your radio set.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Ifeanyi calling from Ikudu.
Ifeanyi, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Thank you.
All right, go ahead.
So there's something I want to talk, about this tribalism issue. Someone was calling and said that somebody, because see, I'm not saying this because I'm an Hausa or I'm an Igbo. In fact, I'm Wazobia. I speak all the 3 languages. So I'm not saying this because I belong in anywhere. But I'm saying this, somebody said that somebody bring out 25 people for as a witness. My dear, you can only bring only one witness to supersede someone that bring 150 witnesses. How many witnesses someone bring does not matter. That is one. Secondly, we are talking of, they say they collected Lagos State from Tinubu. How many results did Tinubu have in Lagos? How many did P2B work? In fact, I'm one of the agents that work in Shomolu. So I know the result we got there, and when the result was calling on television, I saw what they were calling, not exactly what we got to where we do the election. I was there, I moved around all the polling units around there, gather all the information there, but I will tell you that when the result was calling, not what we got there that they gave in the television that gave us the result. They cut off many places, they cut off many things there. And somebody is coming out like telling us, Igbo people, 5 states. My dear, P2B was not supported by the Igbos alone. Let me not based on Igbo. Both Yoruba, both Hausa, everybody supported P2B. Okay, we are here in Nigeria. When somebody said it in North, that he fight all his possible means in order for them to take over the power with the Hausa language. I hear Hausa very well. So you should not come out here and be telling us about tribal. One, there are not many, there are 5 states. 5 states is not many. P2B was not voted by only 5 states. Go the whole Nigeria. Okay, P2B won Abuja, one Lagos state. And you tell me somebody that came out newly, they were sharing 12 states for each of them, all of them. Is it normal? We know many things that happen. So they should not come out here and be telling us this and that will happen, please. The only thing is that when the judge want to give the final judgment, they should do it according to the will of God. They should not do it the way that God will fight them tomorrow. That is what I have. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. There is a saying from Benjamin Franklin that says justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are affected. You can end the call. Thank you. Another saying says justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but finding out the right and upholding it wherever found against the wrong. So what we need from the tribunal is to tell us the truth. no matter who the truth is against, no matter who is offended. We just need the truth from the tribunal. I will take 2 more calls before I end this segment. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ash.
Yeah, name and location.
This is Mr. Jerry again, calling from Agudu.
All right, go ahead.
Based on you asked a question.
Yeah.
There's a question I asked. That question, the answer is no. This present one and this tribunal, there will be a change. You understand?
Yeah.
Above all, I think I can say that PDP caused this problem because they manipulated some section or zone. Assuming they did the right thing at the beginning, this would have happened. They would have won clearly. However, I, as a person, I'm not a politician. I don't belong to any political party. But I've been voting ever since I was age of voting. I know something. Those people who are talking about tribalism, the Southeasterners are not tribalistic people. Do you know what I say to?
Go ahead.
Most of the investments, none of them are almost all the places in all the state of the federation. So they don't want even problem. One of my junior brother, who is a lawyer, was wounded during the governorship election in Lagos City here. He was wounded and the thing went viral. People saw it. He was wounded because he want to cast out his vote. Now, we know the threat they gave the Southeast from this particular place. For Obi, I do not like Obi. I don't even like Obi. But based on what I've seen, his performances in Anambra State, in fact, I admire him.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in. One more caller before we end this segment on the thing where they bother me and you. We are talking about Atiku, Obi, and Tinubu. Them, 3 of them with the September 16 deadline. We are expecting the tribunal to tell us something. At least tell us something come 16 September. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? All right, 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call, or you can send a message on WhatsApp on 0700 903 9039. I've got a message on YouTube. Unadichuk said, I agree that Atiku should be declared winner. This is from an Igbo man saying Atiku should be declared winner. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead. Reduce the volume on your radio.
I've done that.
All right, go ahead.
Right. This Tribunal, if he made a mistake and called the wrong person, the whole world will know that Nigeria has no tribunal. The whole world. And I don't know if they can advise them to bring out the color of who wins. Because everybody knows that the present president is not the winner. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're gonna end it here on the Tea with the Brother Me and You segment. We're gonna talk about the Niger military intervention. Tinubu is to visit the U.S. President Biden, and we're gonna talk about that next time. We don't have any more time because I already have Citizen Jones in the studio with his crew to take you and me on Studio 903 come 3 p.m. Almost there already. So I would urge you to always be with us across our social platform at VOP 903 FM, and for you to get all our content, previous, present, and incoming content, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, we are everywhere with socials at STUDBOY for life, Stud Boy for life. Ash the Stud Boy is my name, and this is the People's Drive. It continues with Citizen Jones, 3 p.m. Don't go nowhere. We are right here with you.